What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Whiskey. Just want to let you know we're going on a bourbon hunt right now. I got my driver, videographer, a buddy of mine, so we're in the car. I think today we're going to head to a couple of big stores like our Costco, Total Wine, some of the bigger shops, see what they have to offer, and then the very next bourbon hunt that we're going to do here, next video is going to have some of the smaller stores, so we'll see you when we get there. All right, so we're here up in Costco. I saw this. I thought this was pretty neat. It's a fancy box at least. You want to come show them? So you get a few private selections, 2019, 2020, 2021 for 76 bucks. I think they're 350 milliliter bottles, which I don't think is bad. It looks like a pretty nice gift, like if you want to get someone for Christmas maybe. So, and this one's also similar. It's a little more expensive for the tri-pack, and let's see what you get in this one. Again, same. Oh, you get a cash strength 2023 and 2019, their private selection. So almost the same exact thing except the cash strength, which I'd rather have the private selection just because it's all unique. You can get cash strengths pretty much everywhere. And moving down, if any of you like Angels Empty, I think that's a pretty solid price for Angels Empty. I've seen it about $10 more in most stores. You got your big makers, of course, big Woodfords, and then this right here, I've never tried. I've heard mixed reviews, but it's the Kirkland brand, so Costco's own bottled and bond. I know it comes out of Barton Distillery, which I like some of the Barton products. I think 1792 is distilled outside of Barton, so not bad for a bottled and bond. It's a liter, you get it for 24 bucks. And I think this is the best bang for your buck if you're gonna come here. The Four Roses single barrel is gonna come in at 39 bucks, which is definitely cheaper than I've ever seen it. And a buddy of mine told me if you look for these higher numbers for whatever reason, they're supposed to be better. I'm not sure. I've only had a couple bottles of Four Roses single barrel, and they're solid, but there's nothing else that I can find that I've been looking for. This is a good go-to sipper. And I also recommended in my first video, if you're just getting into bourbon and you want a good single barrel, go ahead and reach for this. Also a great price. I mean, that's pretty much what you're gonna get at Costco, right? Is your Wild Turkey Rare Breed for $46.99. I know in Colorado I see it for at least 53 bucks, so definitely saving you some money there. And then you have just standard stuff for the rest of the way. If you want to come home, you got Elijah Craig's, your Bullets, Beam, which personally I've already said I'm not a big fan of this orange Bullet, but it's here. And I did see this posted in the Acadiana Bourbon Society page. I'm not sure about what this Broken Barrel cash drink's all about, but it's a Kentucky Straight bourbon, comes in at 115 proof, and it's 41 bucks. If any of you had that, I am curious. Should I have picked that up? I don't know. That is pretty much it when it comes to bourbon here at Costco. They have other scotches and vodkas and whatnot, but I'm only interested in the bourbon. All right, next stop, we're gonna head into Total Wine here. Hopefully they have a little bit better selection, which normally they do. But like I said, at Costco, you're just gonna get your cheaper whiskeys in bulk, so bigger bottles. Here, hopefully we find some interesting stuff. We're here at Total Wine. Management is a little selective on some of the things that we can and can't talk about, so we'll do our best, see what we can and can't film, but I'm going to try to show as much as I possibly can. So first off, the Baker 7. It's a pretty great price here. I've seen that everywhere. Some of these blue runs, I don't see these much in Colorado. It's a beautiful bottle, don't get me wrong, and it's a little pricey, but what is the best line from them that y'all know of? I'm curious to see. Because I'd like to try that one day, and hopefully we get it more in Colorado. We'll see. Of course, this is like the Costco. This is one of the guys' favorite that works in here, but I heard this comes out of Bardstown, so this is almost like a 1792. And is this the bottled and bond is the one that is basically 1792 bottled and bond. However, it's Chestnut Farm. So I've heard of Chestnut, never been able to taste it yet. One of my buddies has though. And this right here, Tumbling Dice. I heard that these store, this is a store pick. I heard these store picks are absolutely delicious. Tumbling Dice, it's a pretty sweet bottle. I love the little dice logo on it. This one comes in at 115 proof, and you're gonna pay about 70 bucks, which I think is pretty sweet for a pick here. So I gotta find out who picks here, because people's taste buds are different. And we'll see if we can get a taste of some of this stuff, because I know certain stores, especially Total Wines, have a tasting table. So we'll look into that. Got, of course, your Four Roses again. I'm trying to see, make sure I don't miss anything, because they do have a big selection here. This George Dickel 15, dang, 60 bucks for that. And I know there's a lot of hate on George Dickel, but I heard this 15-year, when you get into age-stated things, that's when things just start to taste delicious. So, we'll see. Hudson whiskey. I heard, I don't think it was this exact bottle, but I know one of the Hudson whiskeys was one of the worst whiskeys a lot of people have ever tried. I think, it comes out of New York, so it's a cool little stubby bottle, but I also don't really see this much in Colorado. For 47 bucks, so it's not too bad. And here we go. They have some Jefferson's Tropics. They have a lot of Jefferson's Tropics. You want to come look though? 109. That's a little higher than I've seen it in Colorado, but they have it here. And I don't think this is a pick or anything. No, that would be really cool if they did a Jefferson Tropics store pick. And I know a lot of good things about this Twin Oak. I've tasted the Twin Oak before. I'm not a Jefferson's fan at all, but Twin Oak is good.
Surprise.
Really good.
Especially 24 of them. Our most
Here we go with Nulu again. They have some Nulu here. They have the 4 grain straight bourbon and what is this one? A double oak Nulu. Again, y'all know how much I love Nulu. All this stuff comes in at the proof point that I like. This is 121 for the 4 grain, 115 and 114 for the double oak. Always super good stuff, and this looks like Total Wine actually did a pick, so it's here if you want it. I recommend it. I can't recommend Nulu enough. Oh, what do we got here? A Maker's Premium Selection, 90 bucks for this one. This is going to be Embers In, so Total Wine here did a pick of this. There's the barrel profile if you want it. 108 proof, 90 bucks. They have it. They got quite a few bottles of it too if you're interested. And then they also have a couple more, it looks like. Here we go. This is pretty sweet. I got to taste a Old Soul barrel pick for the first time. Not this exact one, but this stuff is tasty. And if it's anything like it, I would recommend it for sure. $80 for an Old Soul pick. I haven't had their standard, or this is a single barrel. I haven't had any of the stuff from Old Soul besides the barrel strength. So if anything else is that good, yeah, you got to come grab that for sure. Of course, you got some Penelopes here, regular old Penelope. This is cool. This is, I think I've talked about this, maybe not, but Sweetens Cove is actually a Tennessee whiskey, so it's like a mix of Kentucky and Tennessee whiskey. Peyton Manning actually is the one that started this, and I've heard that the age-stated one or the barrel strength one is absolutely delicious. Here we go, some more Maker's Mark Private Selection, Old Soul. We got, it looks like a Breckenridge bourbon for all you Colorado folks. We have these everywhere though in Colorado, so if you're not in Colorado, I've had a couple of these picks that are absolutely delicious. They're normally like, 57 bucks. I think in Colorado they're a little cheaper, but it makes sense why they would be a little more expensive here because we're in Louisiana. Yeah, and this is that's what I thought it was. You can come get you an angel wing, little angel wing. These are always super delicious, guys, but they are pricey. It's 110 bucks for this bottle. But it's always nice to have at least one. And if you're an Angel's Envy person, I recommend that you come and get one of these picks just to have in your cabinet. Maybe not as a daily sipper, but it's super good stuff. All right, back to the regular stuff. See, we're probably passing up so many bourbons that a lot of you like. I just have no clue what these are. So please let me know in the comments, like, hey, you should have grabbed this, you should have grabbed this. I love it. Look, this is the first time I've seen it, and this might come home with me. A Still Austin Cash Strength. I've heard nothing but great things, so we're definitely going to be picking this up because I've heard their standard's pretty good, but there's something about this Cash Strength Texas whiskey then. Apparently it's real good. They had plenty. Come look at this. Show them that. They had a lot of it. Bottles of it. And then they also, I've never seen this label before, the bottled and bond, but I'm really excited to have this. Ooh, they have a single barrel Cask Strength. Which one is I don't know which one is the one to get though. I'm gonna stick with the Cask Strength for now, and if I made the mistake and it should have been the single barrel Cask Strength because Total Wine picked it, nah, we're gonna go with the single.
I could buy another one.
It's let's see, it's like $30 cheaper to get the. We're gonna stick with the Cask Strength. Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye, those are kind of hard to come across in Louisiana. In Colorado, apparently it's here though. Last one on the shelf, but at least they get it in, which is nice to know if you're around the area. Want to come grab it. Another Tumbling Dice, but they're rye. JT Mellick, of course. I love JT Mellick rice whiskey. They're like the first company in the world to ever produce a rice whiskey, so super excited that that's from Louisiana, and their cash ring stuff is some of the best I've ever had. I know a lot of you were telling me if they had the Sagamore 8-year. Sagamore's like a big brand in the industry right now for Rise. It's like one of the top choices by a lot of people, and I think one of them have potential to win Whiskey of the Year this year, which is exciting. Just a lot of whiskey here. Like, it's just so much stuff that I don't even know. Is it good? Is it bad? You know, I feel bad passing up some of these, but I also just don't know about a lot of these. So I think we're definitely going to stick with the Still Austin for today. And let's go see if they have any allocations. Maybe some tastings. We could maybe taste one of their picks, and if the pick's really good, then we might buy that. So, all right. So awesome thing is we're able to try this Still Austin before we try it. Fresh bottle too, fresh crack. Yeah, that's coming home for sure. That's really, really good. Super sweet. What's the proof point? 118 proof, and it does not sip like 118 at all. That is delicious.
Let's go.
So very next thing we're gonna try is called First Call, cask strength Kentucky straight bourbon. I personally never heard of this. It was recommended. It looks pretty light in color, but the smell on this is butter, like butterscotch, like a candy. And it follows through. Oh my goodness. That really tastes like a butterscotch candy. That's really, really good. And I don't think that's a pick. It's just their regular bourbon. So Bluff Springs, also one recommended, another Kentucky bourbon. 90 proof for here. Going down in proof from our cask strengths, but this tastes a lot like it reminds me of a Jim Beam product. It's really good. It's got that nutty barrel taste to it. I like it. Bluff Springs. I think it has a pretty great price tag on it too. Next we got the First Call Double Oaked, come in at 90 proof again. So I think same brand. This one's double oak. This one's going to be cask strength. So. I love double oak stuff. And that tastes like a maple syrup, like super syrupy, super good. It reminds me of Woodford, but not as harsh. This is way sweeter. It's really, really good.
The double oaked?
Yeah, the Woodford double oaked. And that was one of the bottles I recommended you to buy.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if you need something, just go buy that.
That was good.
Here we go. We got the Nulu double oaked. I'm super bummed. They had a bunch of these in Colorado, but I was out of town, so I wasn't able to grab a double oaked, and those sold off like this. So this is actually one I didn't get to try at the distillery whenever we visited, so we'll see what it's all about. And that's what's crazy. Both of these are double oaked. They're both Kentucky bourbons, but they taste so similar, both in their own ways. This one tastes a lot more butterscotch, kind of like the other one that we tried. And this one's just super sweet maple syrup. So if you can find a new double oaked, any of these on the counter really that we tried, I haven't had any that I didn't like. So go ahead and try that. All right, y'all, so we just got done filming at Total Wine. At first, they were a little bit iffy about us filming in there. They were like, But I had to explain to them, you know, we're not trying to film these people, okay? We're trying to film the bourbon, the whiskey that's inside these bottles. So after a while, they got a little bit cool, and they're like, yeah, you can film this, this, and that. And then even they took us into a tasting room, which was awesome. I know some of the Total Wines do it, but wasn't sure if this one did. They let us try anything that we want. I was super pumped. They even let us try some vodkas and tequilas, which is super dope. So I ended up going home with the Still Austin cask strength. I have not been able to see it in Colorado, but I know people absolutely love this stuff, and it was delicious. They even had a store pick in there. They had so many store picks, guys, that I didn't even get to catch on film. Overall, though, great selection, unlike Costco, which, again, Costco, you're going to buy in bulk. You're going to buy big bottles of whiskey, and it's going to be really cheap. They had some great prices, don't get me wrong, but Total Wine is going to be that place that is going to have multiple selections. So that was the first video. I know coming up, I plan on doing a couple of small other stores here that are local to the area that have some great selections, and then we're going to film a distillery video. It's going to be super exciting, but I just want to thank you for watching the video, and please get to know the management, okay? Because they said no at first. We cannot film in there. And just explain yourself. Like, hey, even if you're just going in there to buy a bottle, look, I just want this. This is why I want this. This is what my palate likes. So if you like a sweeter bourbon, they know what they're talking about for the most part. You're going to find some good people in there. So thank you for watching Whiskier, and stay tuned for the next video. I appreciate you.